Hello, hello. It is Sarah Ayler from softflexcompany.com. I have a fantastic guest with me today who's going to show you a really amazing design. But before we get started, I wanted to point out we have a very big closeout sale that started today. 20% off everything in the closeout category. And there are a bunch of new things that were just freshly added that are pretty fantastic. So make sure in the next day or two, you head over to softflexcompany.com, click on closeout and see what was added, or just open your email from us if you're on our email list. And I'm sure Damien put a bunch of the new items in the email. Okay, so let me click off that. Let me add you. Hi, Tricia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We've got Pink Poodle Jewelry Studio in the house, and she is going to be showing us a fantastic design today using Softflex beading wire, right, Tricia?
Correct. Yes.
Which wire are you using today?
I'm going to be using the medium Softflex in turquoise color today, but what's nice about the bracelet that I'm making, it's a rainbow bracelet, so the sky's the limit on what colors you want to use. So.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. I love a good color choice.
Yes.
I see Dana's here, and Dana, I saw you're getting featured on the blog soon. That's exciting. I see Gail is here. I see Rosanna and Robin, all of our friends, Sherry. So good to see all of you joining in. We are streaming to both YouTube and Facebook, so you will see little comments pop up from both places. But I'm mostly going to let Tricia take over today, and I'm just going to be the hostess with the mostest and take a break from doing a beading project today.
Sounds good.
Dana says, yes, very. I can't wait for your blog. I know it's going to be really awesome, Dana.
Yeah.
We really admire her work a lot in the BIB group. She posts a lot of really fantastic stuff. So
wonderful.
It's time to spotlight her.
Mm-hmm.
All
Definitely.
right. So let's get this party started, and you can go ahead and flip your camera anytime you're ready.
I can do that.
And as soon as you get going, I'm gonna start a giveaway, I think. Let me figure out what it's gonna be though. That's the tricky part. So just give Tricia 2 seconds and her camera will be flipping around to her hand cam. What should we give away today? Thomas, there was a list of items that you had Angela check. I'm going to go look at that and find out what do we have the most of, and I'll give something away from that item. So give me a few minutes and you'll see it pop up on the bottom of the screen while Tricia is working on this fantastic. Go for it, Tricia.
Okay. Well, hi guys. Welcome into everybody. It's so exciting to be here with Softflex today. I always enjoy these. Today we're going to be making this fun project. This is a rainbow goddess bracelet, and it actually has a button closure versus a regular clasp. So this should be really fun. This is the traditional goddess bracelet. I'll be using 2 jump rings between each bead, but you can do 1, you can do more than 2, up to you. These are 6x8 check glass rondelles, and this project will be featured in my Etsy shop. You will be able to get the kits for that. That is in there. But you want to make sure when you're making your goddess bracelets, this is a 6x8 bead that I have here. So my jump rings, whatever the width is of the bead, which is the 8 in this case, you want to make sure your jump rings are that exact same size. That's what makes your goddess bracelet look like this, where it's like every other, how it sits there on both sides. You're going to want to make sure that so the beads don't slip through that. That's the trick to a good goddess bracelet. So you can use any size you want, as long as your jump rings, any size bead you want, as long as your jump rings are the same. Okay. So this kit is kind of fun. You can use whatever color of Softflex that you'd like. I have a variety of beautiful, beautiful colors that you can choose from. I mean, sky's the limit on that, guys. So With these kits, you're going to get all your crystals, all your jump rings, and you're going to get a coordinating button. You can see on this one, I have an AB flower. I have a turquoise one here. There's a purple one in this kit, AB in that. So it'll coordinate nicely with the kit. So to get started, what I did here is I cut, let me scooch my jump rings over just a hair so we can make some room here. I cut a 22-inch piece of soft flex, okay? And like I said, this is the medium. So you want to make sure, because we're doubling this over, so you want to make sure you have enough to play with. That is why I cut the 22 inches. It gives me more than enough, and I don't have to worry myself if, you know, I'm going to run out of soft flex. So the first thing you want to do, I took my button that I had here and I did put a jump ring on mine because I don't know about you guys, but when I make bracelets, I like to have the flexibility to be able to add a jump ring or take it away. When for sizing reasons, of course, but if you're brave and you want to put your button right onto your soft flex before you crimp it, that's totally your call. But we're going to do a jump ring today. So I just took the jump ring on it and I'm going to take one end of my soft flex and feed it through that jump ring. And we're going to go halfway through this wire here. Okay, to the halfway point. Okay. I can't hear you, Sarah.
Just to be clear.
Yes, ma'am.
The free button is a Softflex Tiara Cast star button, and you can enter by following the directions below.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay.
Back to Tricia.
Okay, so yeah, I put that halfway up our wire. I have my ends are even there, guys. So I'm just going to take a number 2 crimp tube, and I'm going to put it over both of my wires here, just like so. Whoops. And put that over both of my wires. And I'm going to run that down up to where my button is, okay? And I want to just make a nice little loop there. You don't want it to be too tight. You want to be able to have movement with your button. That's what makes it easier to go through your buttonhole at the end. So what we're going to do, we're just going to crimp that right there where it is. I'm going to make sure that my wires are straight. There we go. And we're just going to give this a little crimp. Okay. And then you're going to proceed from there. So the trick on these goddess bracelets is you're going to put your beads are going to be on single strands and your jump rings are going to go over both strands. That's what gives it this really cool look. So we're going to start out. I always start out with a bead because I like the way that that looks. So you can grab any color you want to start with. I'm going to grab pink for obvious reasons. And I'm going to put that down there. And I'm feeding that onto that strand. And you can see how it's sitting. And then we're going to take 2 of our jump rings. I'm going to even my ends up there. It makes it a little easier. I'm going to take 2 of my jump rings and then feed that onto both wires. Okay. So that is your first bead with jump rings. And you can see what's so nice about using the colored soft flex. It's a good accent because it is exposed in spots and it makes it look really, really pretty. So we put that one was on this wire, that bead. So we're going to go over to this wire now and put another one on. And I just am doing like, I'll do runs of like each color. And that's what I did here. I started out, you know, and there's, I believe, 6 different colors. So you can do set of 6 and then just continue that up. Okay. So now we're going to take the other wire that doesn't have a bead, didn't have a bead on it yet. And we're going to put this pretty purple one on, just like so. These bracelets do make a nice statement. And actually the technique is pretty easy to pick up on. So I'm going to grab 2 more jump rings and make sure, guys, before you start putting your jump rings on, I should have mentioned this earlier, but make sure that your jump rings are nice and closed. You can also, the ones that I've given you are just regular jump rings, but if you make another one, you can use closed jump rings. You can use any kind of circle spacers as long as they're the same size as your bead. So I'm going to put on these 2 jump rings just as we did earlier. And you can see how that is starting to create our pattern. Okay, so back to the other side. And let's pick our blue up. And then 2 jump rings. And then on the other wire, we'll pick our clear up. And that's what we have so far. It just looks super cool. I really like doing the goddess bracelets. And they are very popular with my customers too. They seem to really enjoy them. Okay, so we're going to put our 2 jump rings over both wires. And go back to the other side and add a bead.
It's pretty simple, but really elegant.
It is, yeah. It makes a nice impact.
And then all the sparkle, of course. Who doesn't all the sparkle?
Oh, I'm the queen of sparkle, believe me. I
know you mentioned you have this kit in your Etsy store. Is that right?
Yes. The kit is in my Etsy store.
Does the kit include everything that you're showing here? Or
it includes the button, the beads, and the jump rings. All you have to add are crimps.
Okay. And soft flex.
And soft flex, excuse me. Yes, of course.
Yeah, perfect. So you can grab your soft flex beading wire and your crimps from softflexcompany.com, and then you can run over and get all the supplies for making this design straight from Tricia in her Etsy shop. And then Tricia, you were telling me you've started going live every single week. Is that right?
That's right. Amber Scott and myself, which we've been a duo before. We are doing a live every Friday at 4:00 on Facebook and YouTube. It will be on both of our YouTube channels and on our Queen Beads group. We do have a beading group that is called Queen Beaders, and it will stream there as well.
And that's 4:00 Eastern, which is 1:00
That's
Pacific.
correct.
Since we're in California, we often talk in Pacific. So just to be clear for everyone out there that's used to us giving you Pacific times.
Yes, and I'm in PA, so I'm always talking Eastern.
Yes, totally makes sense. I know. It's if you're closer to one coast or the other, you kind of that's your time, right?
Right.
Yeah, so early afternoon out here in California, right before dinner if you're out on the East Coast.
Exactly.
But that'll be a fun thing to check out. And where can they find that? In the Facebook group?
You can find that in the Facebook group, and we will set up events on our YouTube channels as well. You can check out Amber Scott's YouTube channel. She's Mountain Knitting Creations, and mine is Tricia's Pink Poodle Jewelry Studio, and also on our business pages that with the same names.
Very cool. How exciting. And will you guys be doing jewelry every week, like a tutorial, or what's the format?
We're kind of keeping it pretty casual. We're going to be doing, like last week, I taught some earrings with some kits that I had in my shop. Amber's going to do something this week. We don't, we want to be able to keep it just loosey-goosey. We call it our bead with me. So we want to have our conversation. We want to, engage our folks in the chat and just make along with us.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of fun on a Friday afternoon.
So all
of you guys will check that out. I am giving away a free TierraCast button today to someone at the end of the show. So stick around. You must be present to win. And also, I'll show you some of those new closeouts that Thomas worked so hard to add for you guys this week. So you can get a little bit of a cue as to what ended up going into closeout, because there's some really nice stuff that just went into our closeout that I know you're going to want to grab before we run out of it.
I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah. Thomas is a hardworking guy behind the scenes. He's doing all these links in the message.
He is doing wonderful.
Writing blogs and doing closeouts. Kristen is on vacation this week, so I'm sure he's had to work extra hard, because whenever one of us is gone, it's always It's
Yes.
always tricky because we're such a tight-knit group.
Well, that makes sense. You got to kind of pick up for the other person, and it's good
Yeah.
that you have that kind of team that everyone's willing to do that.
Yeah, totally. I love how you're using the button as the closure. Do you do that a lot?
I don't, but I have been recently starting to do it more because I'm finding all these gorgeous buttons and I just wanted to use them. So I thought to myself, well, why not use them with my soft flex and in my bracelets, and it just adds that little bit of extra bling to it.
Exactly, Terry. Terry says, poor Kristen in Hawaii. What a drag. Hope she's okay.
Oops.
She looks like she's having a fantastic
Oh, good.
time from her Facebook posting. I've been a little bit jealous, to say the least. Oh, Dana ordered already this morning. You're an overachiever, Dana.
What did she order? From
the closeouts.
Mm-hmm,
She already got in there and got what she wanted
She's
out of
on
the
it.
closeouts. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. So we're
Mm.
just building this, guys, so we can get it to the length that you want it for your wrist or whoever you're making this for. What I usually do is when I put the button on, I'm measuring with the button, and then you're going to leave about a half an inch. You want to leave about a half an inch for the loop that you're going to make. So total, and that's why I put the jump ring on the button, because it gives you flexibility just in case you don't measure everything exactly perfect. You can still adjust it by using those jump rings, because I don't know.
Speaking of Kristen, she loves to do that. She likes to add a little jump ring when she's adding her class.
Yes.
And we wrote a book together, and when I was editing it, I was like, what is with all of these jump rings everywhere? And she's like, I just like to be able to change it if I have to. And I was like, I've never even thought about doing that before, but it makes a lot of sense.
Well, once you get caught so many times where it doesn't fit, you learn your lesson, and you're like, you know what? Just put a jump ring instead of putting it right on.
Oh, poor Robin. She went to Hawaii last August and had a great time.
I just feel so bad for these poor people.
Oh, and Zach, she went too.
Zach, Zach's here.
For all of you getting your Hawaiian vacations in.
And Maria's here. She's one of my girls.
I'm living vicariously through each and every one of you. I can barely leave my house right now because of the caretaking duties, and I definitely admire the idea of being able to fly to Hawaii.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds pretty wonderful.
Okay, can you use 7mm check glass rounds instead of rondelles? Yep, any bead. You can use any bead here, but you just, like I said, you want to make sure that your jump ring size and your bead size are the same. So if you can find a 7mm jump ring, you can certainly make the bracelet that way with your 7mm.
Oh, Sherry got married in Kauai. That sounds amazing.
Goodness.
I got married in my backyard in Arizona, and I did like that. I did enjoy it, but I think I might trade for Kauai.
I'd be willing to do that. I got married at my parents' house in their backyard, so yeah. They're in the woods, and it just was really lovely. But
Thomas says, I got married in a pizza restaurant.
Well, hey.
Yeah, we all have different situations.
That's right. That's right. So we're at about 5 inches here, guys. So I think I'm going to put mine to be about 6 inches. I've given you enough beads that you could probably make up to about a size 9. So you're covered on that.
Beautiful.
All right. We're getting there.
Looking really, really good.
And
you could choose a different color of soft flex too.
Absolutely.
So if you don't like the turquoise and you're more of a pink gal, you could choose the pink tourmaline.
That's what this one is, has the pink on it, because I am more of a pink gal.
So. Maybe a green, maybe you would pick the chrysoprase or the peridot, or we have lots of different colors to choose from on the Softflex Company website.
Yes, that's one of my favorite things about Softflex. I love, not that it is an extremely high-end product, it's very well done, but also that
Thank
you have
you.
such a variety. Yes, it's for sure.
Yes. Yeah, I just had kind of a bummer moment because I was hoping to make some peach fuzz Softflex and I ran into a manufacturing snafu.
Mm,
Like to order the colorant for the nylon, we would have to order so much that I just don't think it's reasonable.
yeah,
So I'm feeling really sad about that because I've been really wanting to make a new color,
yeah,
but I
I can
also have to
understand.
be like thoughtful of,
Yeah,
what's possible. But I'm still working on it. I'm still thinking on it and working with our manufacturing team, but I don't know.
yeah,
It's
peach
not
fuzz
looking
would be
very,
cute.
not very
Peach fuzz.
like, no, peach fuzz would be so cute. I was gonna call it peach moonstone. It might still happen. You never know. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. So when
I'm
you see those colors, no, we've made a huge investment to have that color.
mhm. Yeah, I believe that. And it's, to me, it's well worth it. It's a good product and gorgeous as well. So you can't go wrong with that. So we're going
Yeah.
to do another measurement here, guys. I'm just taking this down here and checking it as I go. I think I'm going to put on a few more beads because I'm at 6 inches, but I want to give myself a little bit extra room there. So I'm going to put on a few more beads and jump rings just to kind of get it at a comfortable place for me. Of course, I'm going to keep it as we always laugh about as jewelry makers. Oh, are you keeping that? Oh, I'm shocked. That's what my girlfriend and I always say, my friend Gloria. So yeah, I'm going to just put on a couple more jump rings and then let's see, let's put on one more bead.
These also almost look like little Easter eggs.
Aren't they cute? Aren't the colors
Mhm,
cute? I just love
mhm.
these pastel colors. I just
It's very
really,
spring. You're ready
yes,
for spring.
I am. Believe me, living in Pennsylvania, I'm ready for spring.
I bet.
Oh, so you know how that goes. Okay, guys. So we are at a point here where I'm comfortable with this length. And if I need to adjust, of course, we got our jump ring in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a buttonhole, basically, a button loop. And I'm going to feed a 2 millimeter uh, crimp tube, that's the word, over both strands. Gosh, sometimes I wonder about myself.
You're doing great.
And we're going to feed it down here to the pretty close to the base of the bracelet. We're going to leave just a little bit of breathing room there. I don't know if you can see that. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to take one of our strands and feed it back through the crimp tube. Now with the number 2 tubes, 3 will fit in comfortably. And that's why I chose those. So I'm feeding this down through the crimp. So now we're going to have 3 strands through there, basically. Okay, and then as I go, I'm going to adjust my crimp because it likes to slide up a little bit when you're doing it. And you want to make sure that you're taking your button and you're checking for size before you crimp, okay? So let's see if my button will go through there comfortably. Yep, pretty good. I'm going to just make it a smidge smaller. And as long as your button will fit through your loop, you're good to go. Okay, so let's crimp that. Give it a good crimp. And then all I do is take my pliers in and trim off these extra strands. And you can see with 22 inches, we had some spare, but it wasn't a ton of it, It gives you a good breathing room there. Okay. So that's, once you get those trimmed, and that's it. Your bracelet's done. You could put crimp covers on them. That's what I did on this one. If you have some in your stash, you can just put those on. If you don't, it looks just as nice. But that is our buttonhole and
So
bracelet.
fun.
Yeah, I like the simplicity of putting the button on it. It just really, but it also gives it a little more of a pop.
Mm-hmm.
So if it turns
Really
around on your
pretty.
wrist, it gives you that pop of that beautiful
Yeah, I
button.
like
So,
it.
yeah, that was a quick project, guys.
It was. Yeah, you did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Terry is asking, could you make this off the spool? You need to pre-cut the wire.
Yeah, you need to pre-cut it because if you had it on the spool, you wouldn't be able to use two strands to the one of the strands because it'd be hooked to the spool, and you need to be able to use both strands to put your beads on, and then you have to be able to feed the crimp tubes over both of the strands. So no, it has to be cut.
Oh, Rosanna, those temperatures in Montana are just unbelievable.
Oh,
I do not know how you're even like managing that.
No, thank you.
I feel for you. I totally feel for you. Yes, Terry, you could totally add seed beads to the loop. And in fact, we have quite a few different seed bead palettes at the Softlix Company website too. You can check those out when you're grabbing wire and crimps. Or
That's a
just
great idea.
in your stash.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'm trying to see if there's any other, just a few fun comments about how great
Thanks, Zach.
how great your
Thank you, Dana.
is.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, and it's a nice, quick, simple project. You don't have to invest a whole lot of time. Once you make a few of them, you get quicker and quicker, just like with anything. But, they make a statement. And whatever beads you use, if you use natural stones, you'd have more of a natural look versus the crystals. You can just make it your own, just using that technique.
Okay, so right now we have got 53 entries for our giveaway. Keep them coming. You can find the details for the giveaway at the bottom of the screen. You must be here at the end to win. I am going to quickly show you guys some of the new things we added to our closeout section. If I can find the right place to look. There we go. Is that coming across okay? I think so. Yes, looks good. Okay, so, there's Tricia.
Hi.
There you are right there. Here is our closeouts. It's the very first slide on the home page. Just click on that big picture and it's going to take you to a subcategory list. So, of course, we all love beads. So let's go there first and see what's in the beads and bead mix category. It looks like the splatter beads went on closeout. So the sale you're seeing here is the closeout price, but you're going to get another 20% off the top of that. And I believe it's automatic, no coupon necessary. Maybe Thomas in the comments, you can agree or disagree with me if I misunderstood, but I think it's an automatic discount. Once it goes in your cart, you'll see that extra discount showing up in the cart. So the splatter beads, these rectangles, the only thing that's wrong with them is we didn't get to play with them enough. They came in at the same time as a bunch of other beads, and we just didn't get to show them often enough for you guys really to probably see them well. And so we're ready to part with them, and they are on closeout, and they're gorgeous, all three colors. These little Hishi beads are so nice. They're check glass, but they are metallic-y colors. So they make a really good little spacer bead. These fantastic donuts. We've shown how to make earrings with them and pendants and all sorts of fun things. You got a Halloween Hustle bead mix there from Jesse James Beads. Some 2-hole check beads. And then, another Jesse James bead strand under the C is on closeout. And we'll go to page 2 and just kind of scroll down. You'll see lots of check glass, some ceramics, and just all sorts of goodies There's the copper of the he, she. This mustard is actually quite beautiful. And if you got a couple strands of it, you could make something really, really fantastic. These 2-hole bars are so helpful if you're doing a 2-strand bracelet. I highly suggest those from Tiara Cast. And I don't even know why those are in the beads category, honestly. Let me go back up and let's see what the findings are, because I think we put some of the Tiara Cast into Closeout. And what would that be under, I wonder? Charms and pendants? What's in that one? Oh, yeah, the crosses, some moons from Vintage, that star charm. And then look at those great charms that have the Austrian crystals in both sides. So there's just so many goodies in here. I hope you guys will check it out. You can find it all at softflexcompany.com. And like I said, you just click on that big image right there. Winter 20% off closeout. Add items to cart to see the discount. So no coupon necessary. Ends January 30th or while supplies last. And this button right here in the just above to the left of the graphic in the center is the button I'm about to give away. So let me stop sharing this screen and we will share our giveaway screen. Leanne, it's just closeout items, 20% off on all closeout items. Okay, so present again, and now we are going to do our giveaway. All right. So for a Tiara Cast button, last chance to enter, hashtag free button in the comments. And here we go. Who will the lucky winner be today? Ooh, Frog 0903 on YouTube. Are you still here? Thomas will be looking for you in the comments. Let us know you're still here to claim your free button. We'll have you email info@softflexcompany.com. Send us your mailing address and they will get your free button out to you. If you're not here, Frog, for lack of a better name. Oh, there you are. If you're not here, we would pick someone else, but you are here. So go ahead and email info@softflexcompany.com to claim your button and they will ship it out to you. Thanks everybody for being here today. I hope you enjoyed Tricia's beautiful design. You can pick up, let me stop sharing this. You can pick up the kit with the beads and the button and the jump rings from Tricia in her Etsy shop. And then you can get the wire and the crimps and anything else you need, maybe some closeouts from softflexcompany.com. And please do check out Tricia on Fridays, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. And can they watch on your YouTube channel, Tricia?
Yes. I actually have a YouTube channel. There's a bunch of videos on there. I put new ones up every week. They're just instructional, and I teach how to do some fun things. You get to see some hauls, different stuff like that. It's super fun. I enjoy doing it, and I hope you guys will go over and subscribe.
Yeah, go check it out. Make sure you click subscribe. It takes 2 seconds to click subscribe to one of these wonderful artists that we bring on each week, and it means a lot to them. So even if you're watching this on replay later, please go over to that YouTube channel, click subscribe, let Tricia know you saw her here, and maybe even go on one of her videos and check it out. Click the thumbs up, give her a little love. That all those little things that you do mean a lot to those of us that are behind the camera. And in fact, if you don't mind, click that heart symbol or thumbs up on this video too, so that more people can locate it and watch it and get to know Tricia.
Yes,
and
much
soft lips
appreciated.
in
Thank
general.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes, I appreciate that very much. I love to see the girls on here, and
yeah,
really,
totally.
totally fun.
Well, thanks everybody. Make sure you look for Joyce on Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. And Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern, and she'll be back with one of her wonderful designs for Spill the Beads. And then I think Kristen's back next Monday. I don't know for sure. She's having the time of her life. I saw a beautiful picture of her in this gorgeous sun hat at a beach with her swimsuit on, and I am so happy for her. But I think she'll be back next Monday, and you can find her for Free Spirit Beading on the Soflex Company YouTube channel or Facebook page as well.
Wonderful.
All right, that's it for us. Have a
Thank
great
you, guys.
day, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us. Had a great time.
We'll see you next time.